place with this, so please bear with me. I'm going to show you kind of a couple different stations I have set up, tell you what I do when I get there, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be like, this is like a sidebar, this is what I do, and then I'm going to present, and then I'm going to sidebar too. So I hope that's okay with all of you. I generally like to get there 45 minutes early, just so I can get my stuff set up and help the hostess if she needs help. Also, when I get there, so some of the things that I set up. So this is not part of the core presentation, but I do still do this. I do facials at all of my presentations. I just feel like if it were me at the party, I would want to use all of the products. There's a couple different ways you can do that. And depending on how big the party is, I sometimes change it up. So in the bathroom, my second set's out right now, so I don't have it. But in the bathroom, I have the Shea Butter Duo. So I put whatever they have under their sink and put this out. I also will have an FC5 hand cream. Then I have the full RE9 set, but this is just showing you that, and the sea salt scrub. I also have, I just got these from the dollar store. Same with these ponies. And then washcloths, and I have a washcloth, enough washcloths for each person, and then about a hand towel for about every second person. So that's all in the bathroom. My other station that I have is, and this depends on how big the coffee table is and stuff. You could have, so the greens balance, the full, so the evolution, the full control, and the thermo boost. I have either like in the kitchen on the island or on the coffee table with their info sheets. So this is just stuff that they can look at while I'm doing facials and while we're waiting for all the guests to arrive. I also have and Donna, I believe, tells you to print out this. I have sort of like the essentials. You just get this all off the source. Just talks about the essentials line, the RE9 advanced set, meet the product. So it's not the separate products, it's the whole set, meet the product. And you buy these at Staples, or you could probably even get them at the dollar store. Then I have, so Donna talks about this too. I have the vanilla shake, the chocolate shake, the citrus and pomegranate fizz tabs, and the tea. So I let the hostess know ahead of time, I'm just gonna need some water boiled. You can tell her when you get there, but sometimes people like to know ahead of time. So, dollar store. These, I think it's Dollarama that has these, so they don't melt, for tea. I put the shakes in these because they're a little bit bigger. And then I bought the clear ones for the fizz tabs just so they can see which one is which. And it's easy. I bring 2 shaker cups. One I put vanilla shake in, 1 chocolate shake, throw some ice in it, and then pour it. And then I bring 2 bottles of water. And so I put, obviously, pomegranate and citrus in each. And one thing I did learn at the first party I did with this is don't make a chocolate and a vanilla shake, each fizz tab and a tea for every single guest, because you're going to end up drinking a lot of it at the end or dumping it out. Just do an assortment, and as they come in, let the hostess know, first of all, what it is, and get the hostess, while you're doing the facials, to tell the people to come try the samples. That's kind of how I found. Yep.
Sorry, I was just gonna add.
Please.
When I do it, I make my fizz tab. I make my water bottles at home, and I put them in the fridge chilled. I actually stuck them in the freezer just for a little bit, so they stay nice and chilled. And also, I make my shakes because I typically use almond milk. I make my shakes at home.
Water, but
I make my shakes at home as well. And same thing, I might stick them in the freezer for a little bit, and then they're nice and chilled, because there's nothing, if it's the first time someone's tried it and they're lukewarm.
Yeah. So, and that's a great point, Heather. So, and these trays, I mean, super cute. Dollar store, $2.
Yeah.
So I have 2 of them. I don't know, I can't remember what I use this for, but it's always better to have extra. The other station that I have set up is my clothes table. So whether it's at the kitchen table, dining room table, what I have here is I have adjusted these to the QV. The new host planner, I ordered the new host planner, but it came as the old one, so maybe hold off. What I have in here, and I can pass these around, are just, and check your upline because everybody does something different, but I have the host planner, I have the why Arbonne and top 10 reasons Arbonne products, because it really goes through our ingredients. So when someone hosts at the end, I can just give them this package. They already have this, they take it home, they know about the ingredients, everything like that. So you guys can look at that after. I also have, and you don't have to do this, but Donna talked about doing this. You can order these if you're a district manager. Do you still have to be a district to order these?
No.
No? Okay. So these are mini hand creams. So you get 12 of them for $19. So I order these, and anyone who books a show or signs up as a preferred client, I give one of these to take home. You'd be surprised how like a not even $2 item entices people. And then I don't have them on the table, but I always have in my bag here, I have, it's like a purse pack. It has the sample in it, it has the opportunity brochure and a couple other things. You guys are welcome to look at that after. I'll put it out. But I don't keep the samples out because I don't want people not buying because they want to go home and try it for a week. So keep the samples in your bag and don't let anyone know you have them. Yes, Jules?
So if you're enticing them with the free thing, do you tell them that when you're closing? Do you
when they sit down, and I'll go through my clothes.
Right.
I'll go through my clothes, but I do tell them. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great question. I also have, so this is pre-printed out. I just got this off, I Googled it. My calendar, so for the next kind of 3-4 months. Now, what I do is I learned to do this because I double book myself. I X out the days that I actually have something and definitely can't do, and I highlight some days that are days that I prefer to book parties on. So that when they come to me, and I'll go over that after, but they don't need to look at your calendar with your kids' 15 activities. Also, I have my own catalog for myself to look at. I have a couple other things, a pen, calculator, obviously, and I have my bag handy. And I'll go through, this is something that I got out of Becky Young's Keys to Success. And honestly, I did this probably 4 years ago, and it totally changed for me because I used to be running around my office like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to grab forms and stuff. Basically, in here, I have the Arbonne price list. In this little sheet is my presentation cards. I have preferred client sign-up forms, like the triplicate, independent consultant triplicate forms, order triplicate forms, my wellness profile, whatever you use for a client profile, doesn't matter. And then I also actually have just photocopies of the worksheet because I put those on my boards just so that they can scratch on them. And then like anything else you want to add. But it's nice. We have it all in the covers. It's there, and you don't have to feel so stressed out before every party that you're trying to get stuff organized. Okay, so the other thing that I have set up is, this is usually on the coffee tables. I have my lap boards, pens, in my lap board. Again, check with your upline, but it's pretty much similar. You have some sort of client profile sheet. You could just put a blank sheet of paper. I just put this in there and tell them, you know what, while I'm talking, if you want to write down, if you have questions or anything that you think you might want, put your wish list down because it's my job to get you the best deal. Then and I have my card. And on the back, I have, again, this might be different for you guys. I have the 3 ways to win, which talks about what the incomes are, about hostessing, and then about the preferred client rewards and stuff like that. And then I reference, this is referenced in the thing, but the ASVPs that are available.
Someone did make up a one-page one. It's awesome.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So there's a couple different versions out there.
So, I had a party like right after GTC, so I had to just print the source ones.
I posted it on my Insta page, so if you want to grab it on, we can put it on the monthly team.
Okay, perfect. So, I get everybody to take one of those. Okay, so, and then obviously my product setup. So as people come in, I go to the door, or the hostess goes to their, whatever. Usually the hostess is doing something, so I go to the door and introduce myself. And what I'll do is say, you know what, take off your coat, put your purse down. What I'm gonna do is, for me, I take them right to the bathroom and do the facial. So talk to your upline if that's something you wanna do. For me, I love to do it. And basically what I do, I take them in, and I have people say, well, most people don't wanna wash. I say, you know what we're gonna do is wash your face, cheeks down, because most people just don't wanna take off their eye makeup. So right away, I say, I'm gonna do cheeks down. My last party, there were 10 people there and only one didn't do it. You just have to be confident about it, right?
Tell your hostess to tell them that they would be
Yeah,
doing
I do. I tell my hostess to tell them that we're gonna try the products. I don't actually necessarily say a facial, because I don't want them to think they have to do it or not come because they don't want to. So the one girl that didn't do it, she just has really sensitive skin. And I said, you know what? So what I do in that case, I said, I'm gonna do the RE9 line on your one hand and I'll do the sea salt scrub on your other. No big deal. So I do the facial, then I scrub their hands with the Awaken Sea Salt Scrub, and I actually scrub their hands and massage their hands, because you'd be surprised how nice a hand massage feels, even if you're not a massage therapist. And then I put, if I'm doing both their hands, I put the FC5 lotion on one hand and I put the shea butter on the other. Donna does a bit of a different hand thing. Totally go with that. This is just what I do. So this is what we talk about when you're following a system, but you kind of make it your own. For me, this is what I've done and it's worked, and I don't want to stop doing it if it's working. And the one thing I like about doing the facials is you'll have people that show up 25 minutes early. You're taking them into the bathroom, you're talking to them. At this point, you're not explaining the products to them. You're just getting to know them and asking them questions about themselves. But so when they come early and then people get there 15 minutes late, they don't feel like they've just been sitting around for 45 minutes and you're taking forever to get started. They actually are able to do that. They get food, they visit with the people coming. So I like that. If I have a huge party, I will only do the Genius pads and the wash at the sink, and then I finish up everything else with everyone sitting down just for speed. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, so I'll do this presentation as if I'm doing the presentation.